All right, we're back here on the Local SEO Lab together with Alison, myself. We talk about Google Business Profiles. We teach business owners how to leverage the platform. And recently, we've been partnering up with other business owners and getting them on the channel to see how they have been doing it to give business owners an indication of what other people are doing. Alison, welcome. Let's do a quick introduction.
Yeah, so I'm from Pinpoint Local, so I specialise in local SEO and Google Business Profile and getting local businesses on the map on when people are searching for directions as well as Google search. And so I've worked with Kate. I met Kate ages ago from Minuteman Press Mitcham, Nunawading, and she's got a great story about local SEO and Google Business Profile and the printing business at Minuteman Press. So Kate, introduce yourself.
Yes, thank you guys. I'm very, very excited to be here. So my name's Kate. I'm from Minuteman Press Mitcham, Nunawading. We do printing services, so anything like business cards, flyers, brochures. We also do booklets, stickers, apparel, signage, whatever you can get your logo on. That's our sort of motto, and that's what we do best.
Awesome. Now tell us your story about the Google Business Profile, when you started, how it began, and your initial thoughts on starting a profile.
Yeah, certainly. So, well, when I first started the business, it was one of those things that, you just tick all the boxes and fill in the things that you need to fill in, and Google Business Profile was one of them. So I thought it was pretty much enough to just fill in all the blank spots and just let it sit there so people could find us on Google. Concentrated a lot more on SEO through the website back then, and that was going okay for a while, and then COVID hit, and we realized how much being online and the online presence, how important that was, because everybody was jumping online. And would you believe, around that time, I also met Alison. So she made me aware how important it is to actually have a profile, first of all, which I did have, which was fine. But then after speaking to Alison after a fair few times, I realized that there's a lot more than just filling in the details. So I handballed over the profile to her, and she set up all sorts of things, all the backlinks, all the YouTube channels, all the social media, just to make sure it's all there. Not just filled in all the details, but showed us how to fill it in such a way that Google would pick it up. So we're actually one of the fairly early adopters of Google Business Profile with Alison, and haven't really looked back at all.
Yeah,
Things
I was
have
going to
just
say,
gone.
Kate, you're in a fairly competitive niche in the area too. You're not the only printer in Melbourne southeastern suburbs or Mitcham or Nunawading, are you?
No, no, not at all. And we weren't even getting found on the basic
Mm.
things when you jumped on board with us. Everybody else was coming up on board. We weren't like one or two. So after a while, we started, becoming number one when people are searching. And I think because we did start so long ago that it's been quite good, because we're staying ahead of the curve, I guess, to everybody else that has jumped on board afterwards. So quite grateful for that. Thank you very much, Alison. It has definitely been a huge game changer for our business.
And that's one thing that a lot of people really need to understand. Alison and I would talk about this all the time. It's not something that will happen overnight. It's not something that takes a couple of months. It just really takes that consistent compounding of efforts month after month after month, because you got to consider every other business is probably doing the same thing. So you always need to stay ahead and stay in front of the curve. And that's pretty much what Alison has done for you since day one.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much from the start. I mean, it wasn't even in things like Google reviews. It was just like constant posting and updating and getting all the words right onto that. I think the push for Google reviews is something that took me quite a while to get on top of. But all the other back end things like filling in the services and making sure that, there is posting happening on different platforms that are getting pulled over to Google Business Profile. All of that has helped, and I think now that the ball is rolled, it's all about just being consistently posting and getting those Google reviews. And so,
And I was going to say your Google reviews are exactly what Google wants, which is a lot of text. It's not, you've got so many that go into
Yeah,
paragraphs. And so that's
yeah, we
content
do.
in itself, which, especially with AI going forwards, is using. And also, some of your reviews have got images on them. Your customers have uploaded your merch, your printing that you've done. And that is such rich content in the Google review section. So not only have you gone, I think, what was it, about 20 when we started?
Yes,
And
yeah.
what would you have about now?
Over 100,
Yeah.
which has been quite good. And yeah, speaking of those images that you're talking about, it's funny because we have a website, obviously, but it's handled by our franchise head
Mm.
office. And my Google business profile is literally everything that we do. So, in terms of photos and images and everything, it was a good sort of platform to promote everything that we do specifically, which has been amazing. And then I haven't really asked our customers to upload photos, but I think maybe because of the game that we're in, pretty pictures is just the way to go. So I've been quite lucky that people have done that.
Mm.
And I was going to say, and that is the thing with franchise, is that it is difficult for the website. And you've usually just got one page for your location, whereas the Google Business Profile is under your own control. So that's, and it is about local too, because it is franchise model. So that is about local position. So the profile is even more important, I think, for franchisees going
I
forward.
agree. Yes, definitely. Because it's all well and good to have the whole group sort of getting promoted, which is fantastic for brand recognition. But because we are all individually franchised and we do run our own show, it is more important for me for people to find our store in Mitcham.
Yeah.
Now we're on the border of Mitcham and Nunawading, so I call ourselves Mitcham Nunawading.
Mhm. Were you you mentioned posting, you mentioned linking all the other social platforms. At the beginning, were you like shocked to know that the profile is more than just the profile?
Oh, 100%. I thought it was just literally a set and forget. Fill in all the information and leave it at that. So the interactiveness of everything else that happens with your online presence that comes into Google Business Profile, I was actually quite shocked. And I think as time has gone by, it's just become more and more important to be visible on all sorts of things. I wasn't huge on social media at the start. It was just a few things going out, just dabbling on. But now I've got my team is brilliant, and they make sure that we stay ahead of the curve on that and constant posts. And the fact that Google brings it across now is just a bonus. Yeah.
Looks great on the profile, the social cards. I don't know whether you've seen it, Jose, but they're the actual cards, which is like tiles. So with the
Mhm.
image and the text as well, right in the center on Google Business Profile. And it only picks up some of the posts and some of the content, and you can sort of see if they're SEO'd correctly. So it's not just social. You've got
Mm.
to tell Google, your business name, what you're doing, and Google just makes it look awesome on the profile. So it's becoming all encompassing. It's not just a standalone isolation for sure.
I think
Yes.
Kate,
Sorry,
yeah.
I've got the team pretty much working on that as well. I've got my whole team listening to your podcast, which is amazing.
Mm.
Just so everyone knows what we need to do in order to have things visible.
I think Kate is like the perfect example of really doing the work from the
Mm.
beginning
Yeah.
and then reaping the rewards now that AI has played a massive factor because previously Google wasn't pulling any social platforms or anything like that. But because Kate was already set up for that because of what the work that you've done, coming into this new era of all this AI and social media pulling into the profile, Kate has just really gone into this new era of search quite comfortably because she's done the work. And this is what we tell business owners, like you need to start posting, you need to start all your entities because Google will just reward you as soon as you start putting in the effort.
Yeah, look, it was hard to start off. Alison definitely has had a huge helping hand with that, just to set all the foundations and get the ball rolling and teach us how to do things. And since everything has changed with AI, these podcasts have just been gold to our whole team, because just to get regular updates on how everything's going, which is seems to be changing on a, if not weekly, monthly status.
Weekly,
Uh,
weekly,
yeah,
and
it is
not
almost
monthly.
weekly
Month's
these
too
days.
long in the
Yeah,
AI world in
yeah,
2026 anyway. It has been, hasn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
every week there's a new
Yeah.
update, and you're perfectly positioned, as Jose said, because you started early. There's so much content out there about Minuteman Press in Mitcham, Nunawading, the services that you provide and everything. It's right across the internet. So
yeah.
as more and more people use AI search, like ChatGPT for local businesses, which is increasing, like not long ago, what was it, only 2% or something, Jose, whereas now it's a
Yeah.
lot more. It's probably 5 or 6, but that's just in a couple of months, and it will just obviously accelerate. And you've got content across there for the search bots to pick up. So yeah, get in early, people, or if you weren't early, get in now.
Yeah. It's yeah, it's important. And one thing that we really hammer down each episode is, just take action, take one step at a time, action one thing from all our podcast episodes, and then just allow that compounding efforts to benefit your business over a period of time. Um, yeah, it's just amazing what you've done, Kate. It's really good to see a case study. I think it's really important for business owners to actually listen to a business owner that's gone through it, because it's beneficial, and people sit there and they go, "Oh, look, is it really actually worth it?" Kate, is it actually worth it?
Oh, it people don't think it's actually worth it. I think because it is like free to set up, and they're like, oh,
Yeah,
we'll just get that done. However, the amount of work that's actually required behind it is it's not hard. It's just knowing what to do. And so, in terms of worth it, local leads is everything. I mean, like we could print for somebody interstate or on the other side of Melbourne, and the logistics of it is look, it can be done. There's couriers that can send parcels and printing. However, to have people physically come into the store and be able to talk about their print work, talk about their ideas, we always sort of say that we're not just a print shop. We will work with the client with their marketing ideas to make something become real. And so when they can come in, touch, feel, samples, talk to us about what they were thinking, it makes all the difference. And local is what makes that happen. Yeah, I'm not going to have someone from the other side of Melbourne pop into the print shop, but yeah, all the local businesses down here on the Rooks Road, and there's so many that they can grab a bite to eat, grab a coffee, and then come and talk about their marketing. And I think that's how we've made a bit of a difference in the local area.
That's
Yeah.
yeah, it's incredible. Especially for plumbers. We had Tom on the podcast before, and it's made a massive difference for him, for his family as well, because he can now, work locally. He gets leads locally on his from his Google Business profile. So for anyone that's out there, we've recorded now how many, 30 episodes, Alison?
I think about 50.
Oh, geez, 50. Yeah, if there's anyone out there that wants to take that first step, go back to the podcast, review all these episodes, take one action step, just to keep your business visible. Kate, if there's one piece of advice to a business owner out there that's listening, what would
Yes.
that be for them to take that first step?
Get your Google business profile set up properly. That is definitely the first one. Get it all filled in and set up, and images, like try to remove AI from it. That's a big thing. And just keep constantly posting. The fact that it actually pulls in from all the other platforms is great, but to post things physically on there, I think has been definitely a game changer. The other thing that I do a lot is the promos that we have, to be able to put those onto there.
Yeah.
I think would work really well, not just in printing. I mean, we have monthly promos, but like a lot of the other industries that have specials and deals and things like that. It's a no-brainer.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Alison, anything?
Yeah, I was just going to say, and Kate's got a great team at Minuteman Press Mitcham, Nunawading. So anyone who needs printing, any merch, anything, as Kate says, you can put your logo on. Minuteman Press, Nunawading Mitcham. I don't mind giving a plug for sure, and you can find them locally, obviously. So no, it was great having you on and great sharing that the importance that the profile has been to your business. So yeah, and you put in the hard yards, so you're reaping the rewards. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, good on you. And for any future update, because your profile has been compounding for so many years, you're just going to continue to, go through and reap the benefits of all the updates that's happening recently. So congratulations, Kate. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. And that's a wrap. So we're going to wrap it up now, and we will look forward to our next episode, Alison, and our next guest, whoever that is. So, Kate, thank you so much for being on the episode, Alison. I wish you all the best, and I will chat with you guys soon.
Yeah, thanks, Kate.
Excellent.
See you, Jose.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Bye.